Alright, I'm on hole number 13 of the Coastal Classic Tournament. I'm in the weekend round of the Ricky Division. Playing on my 99 account, so I've got low level stuff. And I've got to get it done on this hole. These par 3s on this have killed me this week. My main account, I lost the tournament because of a par 3, and here I've done the same thing. That eagle, or that goose egg on 12 is going to come back to haunt me. Especially when you're in a lower level account and you've got it, and I picked up a shot. I got one up and then I turned around and lost it on a par 3. Oh, it's brutal. So I'm going to have to shoot. I don't have the equipment to get up on the front, so I'm going to hit it over to the right. I want to take my most accurate. Which one of these bags has a backbone in it? I'll switch to a backbone. I'm going to use a katana just because it'll help cut the wind down a little bit. I don't really have anything else I can use. I can use a navigator. Let's see, that cuts the wind down too, and I think it's the same with the katana. Katana's going to get me a little more in my club so that I may be hitting more towards minimum. And it's more accurate there, so I'm going to bring a katana. Off we go. I need to get the eagle here. This is the hole I got the eagle on the front 9. And I need to pick it up again just to get me back up one. You cannot afford to lose shots. You have to look at each hole in these tournaments as a one at a time. The only hole you're playing right now is hole number 13. And the whole goal on hole number 13 is to get a birdie. So you have to leave here with a birdie. There's just no option. You can't, you have to leave here with at least, you can get an eagle, but you can't get a par. You can't afford to drop any shots on any of these holes. And you can't look at it as, hey, I picked up 1 or I picked up 2 and now I'm 2 ahead. Okay, it's not a big deal. I just dropped one of the. No, it's a big deal. Once you're up shots, you cannot afford to drop those shots for any reason. Okay, 2-8. It's nice and easy. Isn't it perfect? Getting up there towards the top has opened it up, so I have more room on the left-hand side coming in when I'm dealing with this peninsula of rough that comes out here. It's not in the way of your shot, but if for some reason you do hit it great to the right, if you're short down here, it will have some stuff to do with your shot because it's right in the middle where you're trying to do your deal. Hopefully you can get in front of that and you'll be hitting on the other side and it won't matter, but just depending on how you come in here, being a little bit higher, you don't have to be higher, but if you're a little bit higher, it just opens up the green a little bit more. Anytime you can take traps completely out of play, it's always a good thing. My opponent's going to end up in the rough. Maybe the sand. Now this is a long iron shot from here, and I am in minimum club. Need enough room to be able to maneuver the wind out. Minimum club with my backbone is 2.6 per ring. Dial it into the hole. Okay, I'm going right at it. 2.6. That leaves me 9. So it's about a ring and a third. I just need to hit this perfect. Hit it great to the right. Man, I was getting some lag right there. My wife just had some friends come over, and they're probably in the house, and they're all on their devices, all on their stuff. They're doing some sewing stuff, so they're probably all on our network, and my network slowed down. Women. See if my opponent can get in. The deal is with these low level clubs, just going out and shooting the minimum score and giving yourself a look on all these holes is what's important. When you first start playing, do not worry about picking up shots. Don't worry about, oh, everybody else is getting an Albie, or there's a lot of people getting Albie on that, or there's a lot of people getting Eagle. Don't worry about any of that stuff when you first start. When you first start, what you want to do is go from the tee box to the fairway, from the fairway to the green, get in the hole, go to the next hole. It's par 3. Go from the tee box to the green, get in the hole. And just keep doing that and keep putting yourself in the fairway. If you find yourself in the rough, when you first start playing, do you have a better chance sometimes when you're using closer clubs? You bet. But the deal is just go from where you overshot and literally hit it the 15 feet, sometimes 3 inches, over to the fairway. You're hitting in such a small part of your club that you could turn around, close your eyes, and slice it, and it would end up in the fairway. Right where you were trying to hit to the first time, you brought the club for that, and hit that shot and get on the green. Because you will see it, if you're new to the game, you will see this happen all the time, where people are on this hole, and they hit over here to the rough or the sand, okay, and then the next shot they hit to the rough or the sand. If it's a big par 5, and they're hitting out, this is the first fairway and the green's a ways away, and you got some big wood shot, and you have to end up out here in order to make it. They'll end up in this, then they'll try and go for it to get out here, and they'll end up right here. Okay, just pitch to right there. You can't miss that shot. Take your next shot to get on. This game, the secret to this game is going from the tee box to the fairway, from the fairway to the green. Okay? On some of those big par 5s, it's going tee box to fairway, fairway to fairway, fairway to green, tee box to green. Okay? You don't ever want to have to use the clubs in the lower part of your bag other than your putter. You want to stick with those upper clubs. Those upper clubs have better, especially when they're lower level. Those lower level clubs in the lower part of your bag don't get better until you start getting better clubs. So you got to be real selective of what you pick in your lower bag. In this account, as an example, if you're in your lower level clubs, I'm giving you a lesson at the end of a hole. I'm trying to get out of, I'm trying to work myself and just get back into the game, and the cool thing about it is when I'm shooting these videos is it reminds me of a lot of things that I just take for granted when I'm doing them. Lower level. I've got lower level clubs here, and these 3 that are in the bottom have been picked meticulously. Kingfisher on the top, most accurate. Firefly, best topspin. Good ball guide. So if I'm right off the green and I'm doing those chip-ins that are really hard for people when they have lower level clubs, this club gives me a shot. Its accuracy blows. So if you're farther away, it's not as good a club as some other clubs, but it will get you out of a lot of trouble. Machete. At this level, it's got the best distance, and it's got a lot of backspin. So there's all kinds of things I can do with this club. And ball guide doesn't come into play if you're using backspin. If you're using backspin, that ball guide, you only need 2 ball guide when you're doing backspin shots. So this is a great club for getting me out of trouble. It doesn't quite have the distance you can get once you get some of these upper level clubs like a Nirvana, where it starts off at 129, but you can get out of a lot of trouble with the Machete. Malibu. Only because its distance is good, its accuracy is good, its ball guide is good. Typically with these types of recovery clubs, this type of recovery club, you don't need backspin on most shots. There's only a few holes out there that you really need to have backspin, or you'll have to play a little different. So picking great lower level clubs, staying in the fairway, and if you do find yourself in trouble, you know, you brought something to help you get out of it, but try not to ever use the lower part of your bag except for your putter. But when you're lower level, you'll find yourself right off the green a lot because you don't have good ball guide, and having a great wedge in your bag to be able to recover is critical. But just shooting that minimum score, but you can't afford to drop a shot like this. All right, that was hole number 13 of the Coastal Classic. Thanks for watching.